Listen, I played in the NFL. I've taken enough shots to last a lifetime. And let me tell you this, taking a shot just to lose weight, that's not a smart play. That's why I roll with Brain IQ, the all natural weight chews, cut cravings, boost metabolism, and sharpen focus. No needles, no chemicals, no crash. Just results you can chew on. And Brain IQ is not just about weight chews. They've got a full lineup of all natural products to keep your mind sharp, your body fueled, and your health on point. Skip the needles, choose natural. Order now. BrainIQHealth.com /REF/1 live stew. Brain IQ Choose. Smart, natural, built for results.
Me, baby, to share my opening line, my deal. But that's sake of baby, that's it. I don't know what you love. The other.
You're in the Georgia boys. Doug and Ryan Stewart, the two live stews.
The originators. Man, we started this whole thing, man. Two Live Stews, YouTube.com. Two Live Stews, Facebook.com.
Stewart Media and Entertainment.
What up to the Qs? Shouts out to all of the Stewies in the stew and
Dogs and Poodles, you know it's all about you. I mean, it's really all about you.
your boys are back. Yeah. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Shouts out to ATL. Shouts out to the D. Yeah, I got the D rocking this morning. Good morning, Detroit. WGPR 107.5 in the D. Not everybody that tuned in for the show, the Two Live Stews experience. Thank you for joining your boys. Ryan is not here. We got the Heisman Trophy runner-up, Joe Hamilton.
There we go.
Hey, Joe, I know you sick of me, man. Every time I see you, man, I ask you the same question, man. That was some bull. You didn't win the Heisman, man.
Hey, you know what? Now I only think about, and I'm never aggravated. I'm never fed up, and it's never too much. But now I really go to Diego Pavie every time the Heisman is brought up now, Doug, because what he said about about the voters, I can't get over it. Unbelievable. I cannot get over it because the reason why I say that, Doug, because to get invited to New York,
It's an honor in itself.
well, you had to get voted there.
Right.
You know, only the top 4 go to New York, so somebody had to vote for you to get to New York. So you even, poo-pooing on those guys. So I just didn't understand it. But no, man, second place is okay when you're talking about the Heisman for that experience. So I'm okay.
Absolutely. Joe Hamilton, Georgia Tech great once again. Should have won the damn Heisman. Joins us today. Ryan is out on vacation. Said I'd pull out my Detroit Lions hat today because goddamn, the Lions, like, you remember the movie Life?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Remember the movie Life? Remember that dude in Life can't get right?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
The Lions can't get right, man. And for new people, if you just stumbled upon the show today, my brother Ryan, the other half of the Two Live Stews, is not here today, but he played for the Detroit Lions for 5 years. So we've had a lot of great times and experiences up in the D. And man, Dan Campbell, man, he mess up a wet dream.
Yep.
Right? We'll get more into that a little bit later. But man, shouts out to the D. Shouts out to everybody tuning into the show. Today's date while we're doing this show live is December 29th, 2025. The new year is right around the corner. So thank you for joining your boys. I hope your 2025 was good and hope 2026 is even better. Joe, how was Christmas? Anything exciting happen?
Well, yeah. Fellowship and family is excited. That's all it's about for me, Doug. Christmas was outstanding. When you look at about 20 to 25 people came through the house. So we hosted this year. I don't know how you feel about hosting. The preparation there's a lot to go into the preparation. Whether you have a potluck, whether you got to clean up the basement, clean up, vacuum, all those things. And if your family, anything like mine, and I know they want things right. They want things set up. They want things where they can be able to relax. Right. Some people are last minute to where you're rolling in. What time is brunch? 1:30. Does that really mean 2:30 or 3:30? What time does that mean? What times does that really mean? And then when guys come in pretty hungry. But what we do, Doug, is we make sure everybody check their energy at the door. If it's negative, we don't need it. Even among family. So I'm not even talking about strangers. Sometimes family comes to those events ready to get something off their chest, talk about old days. Leave that. This is about laughter, playing games, and watching football or basketball. And that's another thing I thought about when I knew I was going to talk to you this morning, Doug. Mm-hmm. What dominated your Christmas as far as the television, NBA or NFL? because a lot of people go back and forth about whether the NFL was trying to hijack the NBA, because I grew up on NBA always being for Christmas. Christmas, you have that whole slate of games, the histories, the greats play on Christmas. So I wonder how you treated that NBA, NFL.
I watched the NBA.
Okay.
Christmas is basically my tip off to the NBA.
I love it.
Like Thanksgiving, not really. Still NFL for Thanksgiving, but Christmas is when I officially get into the games. It's right around the corner. It's dominated. And yeah, you're right. Christmas is different now, where it was all NBA. The NFL done snuck some games in there. And they've got all these different contracts, all these different streaming services. Yes. So there's games on Amazon Prime. There's games on Peacock. You have to look at the schedule and see where it's being broadcasted at, or you'll forget, or you won't even know that an NFL game is going on.
You will miss something, Doug. You'll miss something like what went on Christmas night. The Snoop Dogg had a tremendous halftime show. And if you are involved in the basketball, like you're saying, and don't worry about the football on Christmas Day, you would have missed a halftime performance that was great. And I'm not using great loosely, brother.
Listen to me. That's a perfect example of what I was talking about just now.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm mad at Snoop Dogg for political reasons or whatever, but I didn't even know that Snoop Dogg was performing and that game was on until I started seeing people post it on social media. Performance was incredible. They should have done that at the Super Bowl. I'm like, what are they talking about? But that's the point I'm making. Like, the NFL is like, okay, all right, basketball is y'all. We'll do you a professional courtesy and let y'all do y'all thing on the main networks like ABC, CBS, NBC, and ESPN. Mm-hmm. But we got locked down over here for the people that want to see some football, and we sold some advertising. You can come over to Peacock. You can come over to Amazon, whatever. But I didn't even know a game was going on. I didn't even know that game was going on. I didn't even know that Snoop Dogg's performing at halftime. I had no clue until social media started telling me.
Yeah. And the thing about it, the NFL really tried to steal the show, because if you look at the matchup that was on Christmas, the NFL slate, there were supposed to, Doug, be great games going into the season. You had Kansas City and those guys, the matchups. You had Dallas playing. The matchups as far as playoff teams headed into the season was outstanding. But how the season kind of unfolded, those games weren't must-see because, obviously Kansas City didn't pull their weight.
Right. All right, so listen, this is the last show of the year. We got Ollie coming up a little bit later with the Ollie Report, entertainment news, last 48, which are the biggest memes in the Two Live Stews Facebook chat group over the last 48 hours. And also, I'm just going to throw this out there. One time, you were tremendous. The prior show that we had before Christmas came along. We're not going to do a show later on this week because it's going to be New Year's. If you'd like to donate to the show, okay, you can. Look to the bottom of the chat, to the right. There's a dollar symbol. Click on that and donate whatever's in your heart. We would appreciate it. Y'all have been helping us keep the lights on. Word to my mother. Y'all have been helping us keep the lights on, so do that. And if you're watching the replay to the show, because you can watch all of the shows at 2LiveStews.youtube.com, if you're watching a replay, look to the bottom of the chat to the right. There's a heart symbol. Click on that, and you can donate after the live show as well. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for everything this year. I'm going to say thank you a lot to the people that have helped and supported the show all year long. Big time help, man. Big time thank you. Big time tip of the cap. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. All right, a couple things we want to get into today. We're going to talk a lot of football. We're going to talk some NBA. First thing I wanted to do, kind of like bonus topics, Joe, is this past weekend, Shadour Sanders and the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Let's talk Georgia Tech first. Your alma mater. Georgia Tech goes down this past weekend to BYU 25-21 in the Pop-Tarts Bowl. How do you feel about these sponsors with all these crazy names? You okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with it because at the end of the day, Doug, it's a game for guys that still want to play football, and you get because of those sponsorship, you get a lot of swag bag, take home goodies. So it's worth it if you're going to if you're going to put in the effort to try and enjoy it. You'll be able to enjoy the bowl game. Now, it's not a national championship, but you will be able to enjoy it if you want to.
Okay, one quick comment before I get your thoughts about the job that Georgia Tech did this year. They had a great season in relative terms. Snoop Dogg, speaking of Snoop Dogg even has his own bowl game. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that, and I see that, and It's the second year running, and why wouldn't it be a trend?
Right,
I mean,
right.
Snoop Dogg, and I'm not a homer, so to speak, on Snoop Dogg, but he's everywhere. I mean, Snoop Dogg has coached guys in the National Football League right now.
Right.
And he's been coaching for 20 years. He has a major impact on our society. Shout out to Snoop Dogg. No doubt about it.
I think what we'll see is they'll take that formula and get the biggest star that they can to promote the bowl game. People are tuned in to the bowl game just because of the celebrity. So I think we're going to see a lot more of that type of stuff where you're going to have a bowl game named after a celebrity.
Yeah, but that celebrity, Doug, is going to have to be bought in like Snoop, though.
Right.
You can't just have your name on it and you somewhere else and not invested. I mean, you have the autograph signings and the get-togethers. You're not there. You're sending somebody to represent. Snoop Dogg is in the foxhole. That's why I really like why he's putting it on.
I don't understand the inner workings of the gangs, the Bloods and the Crips. But Snoop is well known to be a Crip, but he was in all red this weekend. I thought that was some type of major violation. I don't know. I don't understand how it works. I don't want to understand how it works.
Man,
wasn't that some type of major violation?
I think there's an exception for Christmas. All red for Christmas.
There's an exception for Christmas. That's funny. All right, Joe, quick little thoughts, man, about Georgia Tech, what they did this year. Haynes King, phenomenal year. His eligibility is up. Going to be in the NFL draft. I think he, the head coach, did and has been doing a phenomenal job at Georgia Tech over the last couple of years. Once again, they lost the bowl game this past weekend to BYU 25-21. They were in control. Talk about the game a little bit. Give me your thoughts being a Georgia Tech legend. Give me your thoughts about the game. Give me your thoughts about Haynes King, perspectives in the NFL, and the job that Brent Key has been doing at Georgia Tech over the last couple of years.
Doug, I don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer, and it's the holiday season, but that picture that we put up on the screen, that's me as a Georgia Tech alum right now. Frustrated, flabbergasted, don't really know how to put it into words how I really feel, Doug, because before the season, my brother, this would have been turned out 9-4, solid season. We on the up and coming. That's good stuff. But to be 8-0, Doug, and to finish 9-4, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it this morning, Doug, because I owe you better than that. I'm frustrated. And I'm not happy. And it's not pointing the fingers at anybody in particular as far as offense, defense, head coach, anybody. But my high hopes, at least I had booked Charlotte. That's the ACC championship game. I had booked that at 8-0 at the minimum, and then have a chance to probably sneak in the college football playoff. That's what I was going at 8-0, playing good ball.
Right.
And all of a sudden, the month of November and then December turned into this. That's how I feel. Positive that Haynes King, that journey, watching my records fall in a good way. Because every time you watch it and you read it and you follow Georgia Tech like I do, they always say he's closing in on this record that Joe Hamilton holds, closing in on that record that he holds. And so I look at it and I'm rooting for him and want him to do it. So I'm invested. And that guy is Georgia Tech through and through. He's what we represent. Love him to death.
Right. Haynes King kind of reminds me, if I would make a comparison, I would say
Tim Tebow.
I would say Josh Allen even.
Yes, absolutely.
I think he's a better thrower than Tim Tebow.
Yes, I agree, Doug.
I could see him being kind of like a Josh Allen type player in the NFL. And also, lastly, give me your thoughts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, give me your thoughts about Brent Key, the head coach of Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, and where he's gotten this program to this point. You're right. When they were 8-0, Joe, and I said this on the show, and you watched the last experience. When they were 8-0, Joe, I don't want to say it was a fugazi 8-0. I don't want to say it was a fugazi 8-0. But I knew that their talent level wasn't to the level of the Alabamas and the Texas, and I just knew that.
No, that's a fair point, Doug. That's a fair point, and that's why my hopes are very high as well, because that whole entire ACC schedule, lend itself for us being 8-0.
Right.
And lended ourselves for us to make it to Charlotte. This was a perfect setup. And we were an older team. When Georgia Tech gets that old, Doug, and we have seniors and we've been in a program that long, you expect to cash in. That's my whole thing. And Brent Key, you were asking about, I love the direction. So that's why I don't want to sound too negative.
Right.
I'm just telling you my feelings about this season. Where we are going with Brent Key, to have guys or to have schools poaching at your coach, Buster Faulkner leaving for Florida. You have some assistants going elsewhere. You have even transfers out of there. Right. That's a good sign that you're doing something. So Brent Key is heading that way. The recruiting is on the uptick. And when Buster Faulkner left and Aaron Follow, that quarterback, left, Doug, we matched we match. We tried to match Buster Faulkner, and we tried to match the player, Aaron Follow. So we have a little bit of money and a little bit of things to invest in. So Brent Key's headed the right way in the program, in my opinion.
What? And I've asked Ryan this over the years, man. Why doesn't Georgia Tech get more love seemingly from Georgia sports fan? It seems like it's heavily tilted towards the Georgia Bulldogs. Like, what's the political reason behind this love affair with the Georgia Bulldogs? People in Atlanta, people in Metro Atlanta, more so root for Georgia than they do Georgia Tech, in my opinion, based on what I'm seeing. Why is that? Like, what's the background? What's the story behind that?
In my opinion, Doug, being in it is that the Georgia Bulldogs, they just breed all countries football. I mean, when you think about just grit and gritty and hard-nosed backyard football, that's what they lean towards more, and that's who they get. And they win. They were winning and associated with winning a little more, but I don't think there's a difference. And I think that Brent Key is seeing that, and Brent Key's bringing that back. Like, hey, let's just compete with those guys and let the chips fall where they may. But make no bones about it. You think football, just pure football, you take the Bulldogs over Tech.
Okay, all right. When we get back from the break, we got a little bit more of bonus stuff to talk about. I want to get your quick opinion about Shadour and the Cleveland Browns, and then we'll talk about the first trending story, what's going on with the Baltimore Ravens, in particular, Derrick Henry. Don't go away. Sports Talk with Hot Sauce, the Two Live Stews experience. Last show of the year, shawty. Don't go anywhere. Hit the share button. Like the show. Tell your people the Stews are back in full effect. All right? We'll be right back. Don't go away. Yeah.
Listen, I played in the NFL. I've taken enough shots to last a lifetime. And let me tell you this, taking a shot just to lose weight, that's not a smart play. That's why I roll with Brain IQ, the all-natural weight chews, cut cravings, boost metabolism, and sharpen focus. No needles, no chemicals, no crash. Just results you can chew on. And Brain IQ is not just about weight chews. They've got a full lineup of all-natural products to keep your mind sharp, your body fueled, and your health on point. Skip the needles, choose natural. Order now. Brain IQ /REF/1 live stew. Brain IQ choose smart, natural, built for results.
Welcome back to the show. Ryan Stewart, the Two Live Stews experience, joined today, though, by my man Joe Hamilton from the next town over, Alvin, South Carolina. But he's a Berkeley County boy. He's
no doubt.
County. So people just tuning in for the first time to the show, and I know Atlanta people in particular, because we've been doing this for 25 years. Y'all hate when I always, go into these little stories about things that you've heard before. But all right, remember, we always get and have new listeners. So whenever we get new listeners, we got to, reset the table and kind of tell you a little background. So Joe is from the next town over from me and Ryan's hometown, Alvin, South Carolina, the big city of Alvin, South Carolina, home to the Macedonia Foxes back in the day. They're not even, your high school isn't even around anymore, right?
No, sir. No, sir. Now it's Timberland.
It's known as Timberland. Yes, Timberland.
Sir.
So Timberland combined St. Stephen and Cane
Cane
Horn.
Horn.
Right?
There you go. Uh-huh.
Do the students that would have went to the other two schools, is the school that they all attend now, is it Macedonia? Is it St. Stephen?
Hanahan, Cane Bay. I mean, they're all over the place.
So they built a new school. The students from those three schools didn't go to one of the three schools. They built a totally new school?
Yes.
Oh,
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
It's huge down there now, Doug. It's huge. The Low Country is expanding.
Oh, it's absolutely expanding.
Yes, sir.
In the Low Country, man.
We got traffic in the Low Country. Yeah.
We
never have to worry about traffic growing up, but now they talk about we got to beat traffic in the Low Country.
Hey, Joe, and welcome back to the show. Two Live Stews experience. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, Joe Hamilton filling in again once again. Cleveland Browns rookie quarterback Shadour Sanders led his team to a 13-6 victory over the Pittsburgh Steelers in their Week 17 matchup on Sunday. He threw for 186 yards. He had 2 interceptions. One of them was a tipped pass, which was a very good play. The other one was just, it's almost like he was trying to throw the ball away, and he didn't throw it far enough, and it was in the field of play, and he got an interception, okay?
You can't do it. You can't
do that. You can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Here's the point I was making, and for people, once again, tuning in for the first time, I am unabashedly rooting for Shadour Sanders.
Yes.
I'm rooting for him because he's got so many haters. It's just as simple as that. The damn coaching staff, the front office of the Cleveland Browns is hating on this guy. I threw out something yesterday, and I should have made a meme out of it. Don't forget, basically the point of the meme was in saying that Peyton Manning threw 28 interceptions his rookie year.
You threw that out?
I threw that out. Point of the post is that rookie quarterbacks throw a lot of interceptions.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. And I know it sounds like I'm making an excuse for him, but remember, rookie quarterbacks throw interceptions. The offensive line, there's not one starter that started for the Cleveland Browns at the start of the season on the offensive line that's playing right now, that's active right now. They're all injured. He has 2 seconds to throw. Yes, some bad interceptions, but what I took from the game more so yesterday, this guy made like 5 or 6 NFL throws. Like, he made some NFL throws where he had to drop it in the breadbasket. Like, he threw guys open. He threw the spots on the field before the wide receiver even turned to come back to the ball. What are your thoughts from what you saw from Shadour Sanders on yesterday?
Your thoughts, Doug? Congratulations to what you're saying, Doug, because I wouldn't say I'm fed up with it, but come on. Even when what really pisses me off, Doug, that, some people doesn't have the ability to change their opinion on something.
Right.
Yeah, if you thought he couldn't play, or if you thought he couldn't do this, or you thought that, he wouldn't make it in the NFL, and he's still showing you different. Hey, he's showing you different. Say I was wrong. We all are wrong. We're giving an opinion. It's never right or wrong when we're talking sports and projection. But here's the deal. I want everybody to paint Shadour Sanders like you paint everybody with the same brush. That's all.
Right.
Because you hit the nail on the head when you say a rookie quarterback. They're going to throw picks. When he threw that interception, his second interception yesterday, across his body, back across the field, that's a no-no. That's a no-no for all quarterbacks. You can't do it. You can't turn the football over. He's thrown more interceptions than touchdowns. I'm forgiving him for that. And not because I'm a homer, because what you said, I know about rookie quarterbacks in the struggle. Who's that? Who are their wide receivers? He lost Fannin Jr. yesterday. But what about that O-line? So what I'm going to do, Doug, and what I've been doing for Sir Shadour since he started, how is he progressing? Is the game too big for him? Does he look wide-eyed, which he's never looked? The toughness he's showing because he's getting up time after time after time, and he's getting hit almost every time he drops back.
Every time.
So he doesn't look like he's lost. I'm making a point that when I look at Shadour, when he's calling that play in the huddle, Doug, boy, those guys are looking right at him. And he's tapping him on his shoulder. He looks like he's confident in what he's saying. I like the direction he's going. And at this moment, we'll know if that coaching staff likes him or not, if the front office likes him or not, by what they do this offseason.
Yeah.
Is he putting the word? Is he lighting the NFL on fire? No. But is he showing you to be a competent NFL quarterback with development can be your guy? I think he has, Doug, to be honest with you.
Hey, man, every rookie quarterback throws interceptions. Once again, I want to emphasize, and you're watching the 2 Live Stoos experience. Why does our background look like that, Tree? There we go. Every rookie quarterback throws interceptions. I gave the example of Peyton Manning, which, by the way, when I gave the example of Peyton Manning, I just dropped it. I didn't say anything about.
Let me cut you off for 1 second, Doug.
Ahead,
Let me cut you off you said every rookie quarterback. Look how many interceptions Tua's thrown. So go ahead. So
right.
It got to be
That's the point. So,
yeah.
but it's very troubling when I see people, and Tree actually had the actual meme that I posted in the group yesterday. It's very disheartening. This is it right here. Just a reminder, Peyton Manning threw 20 interceptions his rookie year. Carry on. So I didn't even mention anything about Shadour, what this post was referencing, but all the haters came out. Well, why are you just talking about the interceptions? What do you mean, why am I just talking about the interceptions? I'm referring to the interceptions because he threw 2 interceptions yesterday, and that was the topic of discussion and what he did wrong. So I just reminded people that the great Peyton Manning, who a lot of people say top 2 or 3 quarterbacks in the history of the NFL, threw 28 picks his rookie year, okay? But there's a lot of negative people that just want to twist everything to the negative of Shadour Sanders, in particular, and to his daddy as well. I guess they say, well, we'll trash about Shadour, we can talk trash about his daddy. It's just very petty to me. Well, rooting for this guy.
Yes, absolutely. And when it's outside of football, Doug, I have no ear for it.
Right.
If you want to talk football and what he's done on the field, because again, Shadour Sanders has done no wrong. What has he done wrong? I mean, as a matter of fact,
it really is. Not him, it's his daddy, Joe. I'm telling you, it's his daddy.
And what has his daddy done wrong?
He talks too much. He's too braggadocious, I guess. But that's no reason to hate the man and not say Deion wasn't one of the greatest football players of all time, and that his son isn't a starting caliber quarterback in the NFL.
I was hard on Kevin Stefanski about the way he handled Shadour Sanders with the reps and preseason. I was hard on Stefanski about the Kenny Pickett and the Joe Flacco starting those guys, and that was a waste year and not preparing the younger guys to play. But I've even given him a second chance.
Right.
If he does the right thing and he's calling plays and his organization and the GM looks at this situation and say that we should bring Deshaun Watson back, we should bring Shadour Sanders back, and we should run it back with Dylan Gabriel and get these guys ready. If there's no can't-miss prospect in the draft, we're going to do that, and let's see. Shadour Sanders in a development program offseason is a NFL quarterback, and there's no doubt in my mind about that, brother.
Absolutely, and that's the point. That's the bottom line point, and you're exactly right. I think that the economics of the situation, they have to bring back Deshaun. I can see a scenario where next year that they let Deshaun start the first couple of games of the season, and then they transition Shadour back in, or do you not even see that? They got to play Deshaun. They're not going to cut him. Go ahead.
No, I see exactly what you're saying, but I don't like the word you say, let Deshaun do anything. No.
Right.
This is a quarterback battle.
Right.
And if Deshaun can't do it, then he can be a high, expensive backup.
Right.
But, yeah, you have to play him somewhere if you don't want to cut him and eat that salary cap. But I would have him and Shadour battling it out.
Yeah, and you know what? It wouldn't be that bad of a thing if Deshaun Watson were to start the first 3-4 games next year. Shadour can sit back and kind of watch because you learn a lot on the sidelines, okay?
No, but he did that, though, Doug, right?
Okay.
I'm talking about Shadour.
True.
He's done that, and he's played already.
I guess what I'm trying to do is find a happy ending to what's going to happen next year with Deshaun Watson. They're paying him too much money not to play.
No, but the happy ending. No, I agree with you, Doug. But the happy ending is when camp starts and the whole entire OTAs and offseason program. That's when you're competing. The competition starts then for you to get a chance to start. I can't give it to you. That's all.
Right. Number one trending story: Derrick Henry balls out. Derrick Henry had a legendary night, 216 yards and a 41-24 win over the who they played. They beat the Packers. Okay, 4 touchdowns, 36 carries, 416 yards on the ground. My question is basically the playoffs start next week versus Baltimore. Winner goes to the playoffs, wins their division. My question is, why? Why does it seem like this entire year they forget about Derrick Henry? Like they'll give him 10, 15 carries, and then they'll go away from him in the second quarter, in the third and fourth quarter. That's all they need to do is run Derrick Henry. Free up the secondary, loosen up the secondary and the defense for, the pass option, play action for Lamar Jackson. Like, why do they not understand this guy's one of the best running backs to ever do this thing?
Doug, you and I are talking some real good language this morning, man. I don't know, Doug, because my number one MVP for the Ravens, most valuable person, he's not even on the football field. He's up in the booth.
Right.
And that's Todd Monken. That's offensive coordinator. What's your problem? We remember years back in the playoffs where they led the league. They led the NFL in rushing. And then he decided against the Kansas City Chiefs to go to the Super Bowl. Then he decided to say, hey, our best asset is to try to throw the ball all over the lot. Right. All right? That doesn't work. So that's the recipe. Even if Lamar Jackson comes back and his back is healthy, don't go back to say, Lamar, let's let you be spectacular.
Right.
No, this year he's not the MVP, Lamar. This year, he's been banged up. Give this guy 30 to 35 carries like he wants. And we all know that the more you try to tackle him, you get worn down. You don't want any part of it. You start making business decisions in that secondary. And that's what let him carry the load. And the defense is getting much healthier. That's a scary team. That's a scary team if you're going to make sure Lamar Jackson understands. If Lamar Jackson, Doug, can understand that you a dual threat running quarterback. We're not asking you to be Dan Marino. You don't have to show me that you can sit in the pocket and dissect the coverage. You don't have to do that. Play your game, right? Play your game. Play your game. Get down, get out of bounds. But we need your legs for you to be able to hold up this trophy. Bottom line, man. But I want to say shout out to the NFL real quick, because these division matchups in Week 18, phenomenal. Phenomenal. Every single game you're going to watch on Sunday or Saturday is a division matchup coming up.
Yeah.
Some of them is to take all. Winner take all in the terms of division.
Same thing.
Excellent.
Same thing going on in the NFC South with Tampa Bay and Carolina. Winner
yes,
that game
absolutely.
goes to the playoff. They win the division. They go to the playoff. Derrick Henry moves it to 7th all-time with the 7th 200-yard rushing game. This man has rushed for over 200 yards. That's got to be a record. That's got to be a record. And a record for most 150-plus yard, 2-touchdown games, 14. So he's got the record for 150-plus yard games with at least 2 touchdowns in NFL history. Ball award to Derrick Henry.
Yes. And dare I say to you, he has a chip on his shoulder. And the reason why is because what he did early in the season. Because he said out of his own mouth that he cost the Baltimore Ravens 2 games with his fumbling habits or his fumbling woes, which he does not do. It was uncharacteristic of Derrick Henry, but he did drop the ball on the carpet against Buffalo, and I think the game right after that. So he has a chip on his shoulder. So give him the ball, please.
Just give him the ball, John Harbaugh. Yeah, and Todd Monken. Just give him the ball. So that game's, once again, it's going to be a playoff game. It is a playoff game. Whoever wins that game goes to the playoffs. And, you know, if the Ravens get healthy, and in particular I'm talking about Lamar Jackson, I can see them going on a run. You know, they've had other years where you expected them to be one of the best teams in the league and one of the top seeds in the playoffs, and then they haven't come through. What happens when it flips and they barely sneak in and they have a sense of urgency? You know, crazier things have happened where all of the years before we thought this was going to be the Ravens' year, since Lamar Jackson's been in the NFL, this could be the year. If they sneak in, they could shock some people.
Playing as the underdog, right? As the underdog with not that much pressure.
All before they were always the team that was said to be the favorite. Exactly.
Yes. Can I give a Buster Award right quick, Doug?
Go ahead, Joe.
This is going to be somewhat controversial, but I'm going to give a Buster Award to DK Metcalf.
Ooh.
Because he's really costing his team. And the reason why I said controversial, and I really wasn't trying to do it because I don't really know what that fan said.
Right.
So I'm like a little bit iffy, but you went to that fan's domain.
Right.
Okay. You went over there. You left the sideline behind you and went over there to get in that altercation. Mm-hmm. So now with the last 2 games of the season and the way the Pittsburgh wide receivers looked yesterday, and going forward against that Baltimore Ravens defense this Sunday night without DK Metcalf, is going to hurt the Steelers offense, no doubt. He should have been able to compartmentalize himself, and you can't do it. You just can't do it, Doug. And I'm not bashing him like that, but he deserves a buster for not being there for his team this coming weekend when they need him the most.
Once again, you're exactly right. And they mentioned several times in the game last night how those particular passes that were dropped and that weren't completed, 1 or 2 more of those passes being a reception for DK Metcalf would have made the difference in the game.
Absolutely.
And you're right. I don't know what was said between him and the fan to get him suspended for a couple of games, but it wasn't enough for him to do what he did.
No.
I mean, I don't know. And I read a story saying that the same exact fan has been riding DK Metcalf for the last couple of years. Why would you even go over there? We had this long discussion. Me and Ryan had this long discussion the other day. Why would you even go over there?
Why?
I don't get it.
That's why it was upheld. Because, I mean, if they came closer to you, okay. If this was an NBA courtside, okay. But you went to the back. You went out of your way.
You went out of your way. And you probably, there's a very good chance that he cost his team a win yesterday and a spot in the playoffs. You're exactly right. All right. When we get back from the break, Detroit Lions. We're going to talk some Lions football, man. You talk about a disappointment. You talked about Georgia Tech being a disappointment. You talk about disappointment, the Detroit Lions. Oh, Lord. So we'll get into that talk, man. They are not going to the playoffs, but we'll break it down. We'll get into the Detroit Lions and some other NFL stories on this Man Talk Monday. Ballers and busters, game balls and goats is what a lot of other people call it. It's a lot of fun with the Heisman Trophy candidate, runner-up, should have won the damn thing, Joe Hamilton, filling in for Ryan today on the Two Live Stoos Experience. All right, don't go away. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Are you tired of workouts that leave you feeling drained? Do you want to push your limits without compromising your health? Introducing NPE, the ultimate pre-workout powerhouse. NPE is packed with natural plant-based ingredients that fuel your body and mind. We're talking about sustained energy, enhanced focus, and accelerated recovery. All this while giving your immune system a powerful boost. But NPE doesn't stop there. It also stimulates circulation, enhancing blood flow throughout your body. And it doesn't just improve your workout performance, it also boosts fertility and sexual drive in both men and women. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just starting your fitness journey, NPE is here to help you reach new heights. Don't settle for sluggish workouts. Unleash your inner athlete with NPE. That's natural performance energy. This is not your ordinary pre-workout supplement. Our clients will tell you NPE also stands for natural power, peak performance, every workout.
Welcome back to the show. 2 Live Stoos Experience, the realest, trillest sports and guy talk show in America, joined by Joe Hamilton today, filling in for my brother Ryan Stewart, who's out on a vacation. I don't even know exactly what Ryan's doing. He just be all over the place. But it's good to have Joe in, my homeboy, Georgia Tech legend. Shots out. There he go right there. There he go right there. That's his cornrows. That's his cornrows. The Lions were eliminated from NFL playoff contention. They had a loss. They lost to the Minnesota Vikings, a game characterized by uncharacteristic giveaways. They had 6 turnovers. How do you have 6 turnovers in a game? Now, maybe you have 6 turnovers in a preseason game, but it sounds like it's impossible to have 6 turnovers at this point in the season. We're in like week 17. So is Jared Goff going back to Jared Goff of yesteryear of the Los Angeles Rams? Jared Goff?
No.
Is he reverting back to that, or it was just a bad game?
Well, it was a bad game. It was a bad game, and it's a bad season. Doug, I have to ask the question: what are the expectations for the Detroit Lions? Because all of a sudden, what are you expecting? I understand last season, I understand the season before, I understand the Dan Campbell era. But you're older than I. Are we saying that Detroit is letting us down? Are we saying Detroit is all of a sudden a failure after what we went through in the first, last 25 years before the last 4 years? What are we talking about here to say Detroit is 8-8 and missed the playoffs or and the sky is falling? So I say this just to be tongue in cheek, but they are a disappointment this year. They are a disappointment, but what are the expectations, Mr. Stewart?
You know what, man? It's almost like we feel sorry for the Lions. No, seriously.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Let me reiterate. I said it in the pregame show. Ryan played for the Lions for 5 years. Before he got that call that they were going to draft him, we had never been to the city. We had never been to any Midwest city for that matter, okay? But Detroit has shown us nothing but love. Great times in the city. Ryan played for the Lions for 5 years. But this is historic Detroit, man. Detroit Lions football. They've had a couple of years. The year Barry Sanders rushed for 2,000 yards, Ryan was on the team at that time. They went to the playoffs. I think they got put out in the first round. It's like they snake bit. I said it earlier, man. You remember the movie Life? Remember Can't Get Right? The Lions just can't get right, it seems like.
Doug, is disappointing. So now when you go on the football field and you want to hear my why, here's my why. 9 coaches departed. That's a big, big, big deal, man. We can't gloss over that. When you're Dan Campbell and you have to replace 9 coaches. Another problem is one of those coaches, Ben Johnson, is up for the coach of the year, the Chicago Bears.
Right.
You just don't lose that guy, that type of play call and that type of schemer as far as concepts and misdirection and motions and shifts. The guy's amazing, Ben Johnson. He flipped Chicago right around. He flipped Caleb Williams, the quarterback, right around. Losing him, losing your defensive coordinator. Okay. And then I thought it was a mistake early on when Dan Campbell grabbed the headset, Doug. I thought it was a problem. Now, he's the overall CEO. That's what he reminds me of as a coach. I'm dabbling in special teams, dabbling in defense, dabbling in offense. Overall, I'm seeing it. But when you have that play sheet in your hand and you're the coordinator and you calling plays on a Sunday and you started that mid-season, now he started that mid-season when he grabbed that from, I think, Johnny Morton, the guy he hired to replace Ben Johnson. So that threw him off. That threw him off because now you have to think about the next play, the next drive. Am I going to go for it on 4th? What call am I going to make or give in when it's 4th down? Because remember, Doug, if you're a head coach and it's time for you to go for it, you just tell the offensive coordinator, hey, go for it. Call your best play.
Right.
But when you're the head coach and you got to think about that, the next play, the next drive, you have to watch the game, the Microsoft Word tablet to see what coverage they're playing. You're distracted. And it can be done, but this is the first time he did it. And I think that threw him off a little bit this season.
Joe, you brought up another subject that I'd love to have a discussion about. coaches trying to be like Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Like 90% of the coaches that and I want people that never played the game or not really in depth into the game like me and you are.
Yeah.
Clearly you are, because you actually played in the NFL for a couple of years. 9 times out of 10, the head coach just has a headset. What's the coach for the brother in Pittsburgh? I'm drawing
Mike Tomlin. Yeah.
Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin doesn't have a play sheet in his hand.
Mhm.
Mike Tomlin is too busy delegating and
There you go.
managing. And
Yep.
most coaches do that. I think sometimes, man, these coaches have this fantasy that they can be Andy Reid. Like, off the
Right.
top of my mind, the only coach I know in the NFL that has a play sheet that's calling plays.
No, there are a lot of them, Doug. No, there are a lot of them.
There's a lot of them. I rarely see that.
Well, Mike Shanahan does.
Okay.
Matt LaFleur in Green Bay, he does. Kevin Stefanski does. As
Okay.
far as in Minnesota, Ben Johnson does it with Chicago.
Okay.
So when you're talking about gurus, you're talking about gurus, and that's
he can't do it though.
no, and that's what that's always begged the question about what would you rather, Doug, and your head coach for your team? Because I've always said that I want a Mike Tomlin. I want somebody like a John Harbaugh that's overseeing everything and not necessarily involved in calling plays, because you are not distracted. So even Arthur Smith, when he was here with the Atlanta Falcons, I thought that was a problem with him as a head coach, because he always had his face into the offensive play sheet.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the problem I have with Dan Campbell. That wasn't his style.
Right.
So I don't have a problem with you doing it, but that wasn't who he was his first couple years in the league.
Let me make one other point
Detroit.
too. And you're watching the Two Live Stews experience. Dan Campbell, once again, I don't want anybody to go back and say, what's the paper in Detroit? Is it the Detroit Free Press? I don't want anybody at the Detroit Free Press passing around in the sports community that Doug Stewart is hating on the lines. I am not saying that at all.
No.
Dan Campbell's clock management and some of the calls that help him decide a game, some of the major decisions as a head coach you have to make, he's eared. Like he's had a lot of mishaps. And you know what it almost feels like? It almost feels like that. I'm not saying fire him or he's going to get fired.
No.
But I'm saying is, it almost feels kind of like Belichick, when Belichick had his first opportunity in the NFL and he struggled. He had his second opportunity, and we all know what happened with the New England Patriots. Feels like that Campbell's going to, at some point, leave Detroit, going to get another opportunity, and all of the mistakes that he's making now, his first couple of years as a head coach, he's going to correct those, and he's going to be a great coach at the next place.
No, I think it's this place.
ahead.
And here's why. Everything you're saying is so correct, but I think he can't correct them now, because he came in on the scene. Detroit came on the scene as the underdog, going for it on fourth down, surprising guys, being the new kid on the block, exciting kid on the block. That was good. He needs to go back and play fundamental sound football. That's it. Some of these gambles and going for it when he's going for it, it makes no sense. He's trying to recreate football. Punt the football. Kick yourself some field goals. The simple things, Doug. And when you miss the simple things, this is what happens. So I think going back to his roots, going back and just making sure that he can get the right people in the building, because the talent is there. Shout out to Brad Holmes, the GM at Detroit. The talent, he's bringing in a lot of talent. But here you are with the projection of winning the division, and you're last at 8-8 behind the Vikings.
Nobody saw this
not going to
coming.
fly.
Nobody saw this coming.
No, and now to your point now about he's not going to do it in Detroit, there are expectations now in Detroit.
Right.
So that he's made. So
right.
Yeah, they're going to start expecting some things.
My college coach at Newberry College, and I can't even remember his name right now. And it was actually the offensive coordinator. His name was Etta. But he used to always say, elephants don't bite, mosquitoes do. You ever heard that before?
No, but it's almost like a little gnat.
But no, think about it. Elephants don't bite you. Mosquitoes do. It's the small things. You have to pay attention to the small details, okay? And the details are getting your extra points. The details are taking 3 points as opposed to trying to go for it on fourth down all the time like you some kind of darn wild maniac.
Yeah,
that's the reason. They've been doing this for 100 years. You can't come in and think you smarter than everybody else.
That's right.
And you will start going for it on 4th and 3 and 4th and 4. Oh, Take care of the fundamentals, take care of the small things in the game. And I think he's had an issue with that over the last couple of years. But hopefully for the Lions fans, the city and the team and the organization, he'll get better as he goes.
Yeah, again, going forward in that division, Jordan Love, in that division, you have Caleb Williams and your old coach, Ben Johnson. What are the expectations for Detroit going forward? I mean, are you the best team in NFC North now?
Well,
going forward.
It's going to be a battle for many years because of the great quarterback play with Green Bay and Minnesota. You got so it's going to be a tough division to win over the next couple of years. But, man, we came into the season, they were one of the Super Bowl favorites.
Yeah,
they were one of the top 2 or 3 teams people were talking about from the NFC that could make it to the Super Bowl.
And I think I glossed over it, so I'm going to speak for myself, Doug. I didn't really understand the impact of Ben Johnson on that offense. I didn't. I underestimated. I thought that anybody would be able to plug and play. And even defensively, losing your guy to the New York Jets, that plays a part, although I love Kelvin Shepard, the defensive coordinator there at Detroit now. But I didn't know that losing 9 coaches would have a biggest impact that it's had on the Detroit Lions.
Man, you know what? It seems like teams like that, they're always rebuilding. I kind of hate the whole, and I guess I can't say I hate it, but that's what happens when you start winning. People start picking off your coordinators,
That's right. That's
and
right.
They get opportunities. I mean, that's how the world works. But, man, it's tough starting over, and you got one of the best backs in the league in Gibbs. And, man, everything was looking so bright for Detroit, which is a crazy statement to make, knowing the Lions' history over the last 30 years, 40 years that I've been watching football, 45 years that I've been watching football. But, man, they got everything that they needed and just injuries. It's a lot of different little things that has affected them this year. But, man, bottom line, very, very disappointing year for the Detroit Lions, man.
At 8-8, though, I mean, it didn't. How much credit do you give to the parity of not only the division but the NFL? I mean, again, if you're Roger Goodell and you're an NFL fan that does not have a dog in the fight, so to speak, this NFL season's been pretty good, Doug.
Right, it's been very good.
Yes,
it's been very good, and so
competitive. I mean, the right games on TV on the right time. So even the Thursday night games have been pretty good.
Joe, bonus question I'm going to throw in there, and you're watching the 2 Live Stews experience, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart. Backup quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, Malik Willis.
Yes, sir.
He can play. He can be a starter in the NFL.
Yes, sir. I'm happy you brought that up. Yeah.
He can be. So the reason I brought him up in particular, if you're new to the show, we're based in Atlanta. You may have figured that out already. We're based in Atlanta. Joe Hamilton played for Georgia Tech. Michael Penix Jr., quarterback that the Falcons drafted, injured this year, going to be out for a year, may come back in the mid part of next season. I think they even said that he might be back for the start of next season.
Yeah.
Bottom line is he's had a history of knee injuries. So there's talk about what do you do at the quarterback position. Kirk Cousins is not the future just because of his age in general. I mean, it's as simple as that. He can't be the future just because of how old he is. Man, what do you think about bringing in and you just called his name Malik Willis.
Yeah.
What do you think about bringing in Malik Willis to buy for this quarterback spot for the Atlanta Falcons?
Be all for it, Doug, but not under Zach Robinson. Yeah,
the offensive coordinator.
I mean, no, because I'm big, Doug, on coaching. I'm big on that matters. That matters huge in my books. And it's shout out to Matt LaFleur. It's shout out to guys like Kyle Shanahan that can take Mac Jones and win a few games and still be in the running for the number 1 seed in the NFC with San Francisco. It can be able to take Brock Purdy, the Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick in the draft, and make him what he is, throwing darts and being as hard as he is. So Malik Williams is, and I forgot where
Willis.
Excuse me, Malik Willis is a product of Matt LaFleur developing. Same thing we thought about the guy that went to Dallas and went to San Francisco. What's his name, Doug? And now he's with the Chargers. And we're saying that Jim Harbaugh is turning him around. He's a backup. Okay. The name will come to me in a second. But that's what Malik Willis has done. He's developed. He's showing me a guy that I didn't really recognize in Tennessee under Mike Vrabel. They didn't try to develop him. You remember he was the 2nd-round draft pick for the Tennessee Titans. Mm-hmm. And then now he's revamped his career a little bit, sat and watched, and got developed and got coached by a good coaching staff. So I would love him here in Atlanta, but it's all about who is coaching him, who is developing him to make sure he's in a good system and be able to utilize his skill set. But he's a guy that why not take a chance on, and he's cheap.
Yeah, I think were you talking about Trey Lance?
Trey Lance, thank
Yeah,
you, thank you,
yeah,
Doug.
yeah.
Yeah.
Trey Lance, in the time that we've seen him on the field, the short spurts that we've seen him on the field,
Yes,
him and Willis look like they could be starters in the NFL.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
then those are guys going to different programs that, fit my skill set or kind of revamp some game plans that I can be successful. I like Mr.
Yeah.
Willis.
What do you think is going to happen with that situation in general next year for the Atlanta Falcons? And you're watching the Two Live Stews experience. Do you think that they're going to go with Kirk Cousins? Do you think Penix Jr. is going to be ready and they're going to stick with him? They use a first-round pick on him. Or do you think they're going to go out and get a Willis or one of these guys that we're talking about right now, Trey Lance?
Doug, you just asking me a very tough, hard question because I don't think this coaching staff is going to be here. I don't think this GM Terry Fontenot is going to be here. So that whole evaluation of Kirk Cousins is going to be almost get you out of the door, get out of here.
Right.
So I don't think I think Michael Penix Jr. is going to be like, get healthy, and then you're going to have to bring a quarterback in because the Atlanta Falcons are building themselves offensively to where you'll be able to plug a subpar or an average or just above average quarterback in there and be successful. I mean, you got number 1 draft picks all around. Kyle Pitts, you and I and Stu said before, we're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipes about Kyle Pitts, are we? He's gone.
No.
Yeah,
right.
so the offense is Bashawn Robinson, Drake London, and you definitely going to have to find a quarterback. I don't think that quarterback is Kirk Cousins next year. I think it's Michael Penix riding forward.
Loose neck side, Trey Lance is nice. The injury slowed his development. Like I like him when he was with the Cowboys. They project where he got drafted at. He was kind of been a disappointment, but since we've seen him in some kind of like times where he had to come in relief of the start quarterback and what's his name? Abear?
Bobby Abear?
No, the quarterback for San Diego. And we messing up names this morning like crazy. What's his name?
San Diego now?
Yeah. Herbert. Justin Herbert. Abear.
Yeah, Herbert.
We've seen him come in relief of Justin Herbert, and he's looked fantastic. I think both those guys going to get an opportunity. Some team that needs a quarterback are going to make an offer to those guys, to that organization to bring those players in.
Yeah, Trey Lance still hadn't started 10 games in his career.
Wow.
See, I mean, the reps, he still hadn't started 10 games. So how are you going to evaluate him?
Yeah, you're exactly right. Going to be very, very interesting. Hey, thank you for joining your boys, the Two Live Stews experience. This is the last show of the year, okay? We'll be back next week, Monday. We still got a lot of show left today. I don't want you to think we're quitting for today. But the next show, the next live show will be next week, Monday, which next week, Monday is Thursday. Oh, let's see. Next week, Monday, the 5th. January 5th, Monday, we will be back. Ryan will be back. I'm pretty sure he'll be back then. And we're going to get the year started off right with Sports Talk with Hot Sauce. All right, when we get back from the break, quick little break. When we get back, Arlie coming in with the Arliewood Report. Going to talk some entertainment. We're going to talk some entertainment news, find out what's going on in the world of entertainment. And we still got some other trending topics we're going to get into later as well. Ollie's going to give us an update on the cruise. If you didn't know, the Stoos are doing a cruise. We're watching the Super Bowl on the big water, headed to the Bahamas. Ollie's going to give you an update on where we're at with that and how you can still get down with the cruise and come and hang out with your boys for Super Bowl weekend. All right? Don't go away. Two Live Stews experience. Arlie, come.
You haven't, there is still time. We want to see everybody's face in the plate. We're going to be celebrating from Miami to Nassau, Bahamas, and back. You want to be in the place. Can't wait to see ya. Yay! We're so excited. We're going to cruise together. Cruising with you, cruising with you, cruising.
Yes, you go. Good morning, Arlie.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you?
Well, 2026 is upon us.
2026 is upon us.
us.
Out with the old, in with the new.
I'm just not ready for that. Good morning to you, Joe Ham.
Great morning, Arlie. How are you?
I am fantastically well. I've had an amazing holiday since y'all left. Christmas holiday. I feel like I work for my family and friends, and they do not pay me.
What do you mean? You've been cooking?
I've been cooking and cleaning and fixing and doing, and I feel like I just, whew.
Right.
It ain't no fun getting older. You know, your grandmama and stuff used to do all this stuff. Now grandmama's gone and you got to do it. I'm like, wait a minute.
Right.
I don't like it.
The torch passed to you, Arlie?
I didn't want it.
All right. What was your Your best Christmas gift.
My best Christmas gift?
Yeah.
Child, my son is going to get me some lessons for my gun so that I can learn how to properly use it. That's my best gift.
What kind of gun you got?
I have a 9mm Glock
What?
6.
What do you mean 26?
I think like it's, you know how they have like a 26 or 24, like the little bitty one, the 28, like they got the different sizes of them or something, whatever
Okay.
that one is. And I want a shotgun. So anybody want to give me some suggestions on a shotgun?
Wait, what do you mean you want a shotgun?
I want one.
Oh, you want
Like,
one? I thought you said you won one. Okay.
No, I wish I won a shotgun.
What's the reason behind the shotgun?
Why do I want one? Because
Huh?
I want to stop you before you get too close to my
Safety.
I want to stop you back there.
So you've been talking to someone about home safety because they'll the gun experts will tell you when you have a gun for your house, you should get a shotgun.
Yep.
Because you ain't trying to miss. You might miss with a pistol. With a shotgun, you shooting the whole area. You know? All you gotta do is point it in that direction. Joe, did you hunt growing up in Alvin?
Yes, sir, we did. Yes, sir. Squirrel, deer.
Deer. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
12 gauge.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to hunt, but I want to stop you before you get here.
Hey, Arlie, give us an update on the Cruise with the Stoos, the inaugural Super Bowl Stoos. Where we at? How can people get down?
Station, as you all have heard, and for those who have not out there in Hot 107.5 WGPR, we are going to the Bahamas, the cruise with the Stoos. Those two fellas, one of which is missing now. We just hope he make it to the cruise, child. You know, he good to have something going on, but he is scheduled to go. Those two brothers, Treats and the fabulous, Mommy on the Mic, and your girl, Arlie Michelle, will all be hosting a group of us going to Nassau, Bahamas. We fly out of Miami on February 6th. We get back to Miami on the 9th. And in between that time, in the meantime, in between time, we're going to have ourselves a good time on the Wonder of the Huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're interested, and let me just tell all the people there have been a few people who've called, and there have been a few people who sent me an email. I hadn't gotten back to you because I've been holidaying, but I plan to look at that today for you and get back to you today because I'm going to holiday again I got to sing it for the Lord on the 31st. I will be busy learning music and getting my life together for that. So I'm going to try to get y'all straight today to let you know what it looks like for you to be able to still sail cruising with us.
Okay, just fun. I'm getting that alcohol package that they're going to offer as well.
I'm getting the I hope to win at the casino package because one person won that lottery. Oh my God, it was 1.7 billion.
Wow.
Yeah.
I bought a ticket too. I do
a quick pick and I do some numbers that I felt like the Lord downloaded to me. They were not the numbers. My son is buying them because we figuring out they know if we win, we're gonna just do some things.
If I win, everybody win. You better believe that.
Oh, I don't believe that, Doug. I don't believe it.
Well, I mean, everybody I know, like you will win. I'll shoot you a couple dollars.
And I believe it's gonna be a couple of dollars too. Literally, Doug won 1.7, which you'll walk away with half. So you're like up in the 800 million. Arlie, get you a snack go get your dinner somewhere. Here's $5.
If I won how many billion?
1.7 billion.
If I won 1.7 billion after taxes, what's that?
800 and something.
Like 800 something million? I give you $1,000. Shut up, studio audience. I'm thrifty. I would give you $1,000. I would give Tree $1,000. I'd give Joe $1,500. Absolutely.
They gotta be under request though.
I don't do this. 1,000? Okay.
Okay, maybe 2,000.
I mean, my hand is itching, so maybe you're about to win. We'll get my $1,000.
All right, Ollie, give us some entertainment news. What's going on in the world of entertainment?
I want to give my Baller and Buster awards, which I randomly do because I forget that we have Ballers and Busters on Mondays. I'm giving it to the Atlanta Hawks. They're giving both the Baller and the Buster. Baller, because y'all had me up in there thinking we was about to win against them Knicks. I went to the game. I'm cheering. I'm yelling. I'm all excited. Buster, because at the very end, y'all could not pull it off. And they gave them. And I want to send them Knicks packing because I'm so sick of these Northerners thinking they better than us. They all down here. Take your back to the North if you so fabulous up there. Go on back up there. Sick of these folks.
Go back up there.
Go on back up there. Straight country.
Yeah, I was watching the game too as well, and you're right. They gave it another game away. Exactly.
So painful. And I was there live, and with them people with their little orange and blue on and talking mad junk with their Timbs, walking through like they own something. I was like, take y'all
So you were at the game, and you're exactly right. Whenever the Lakers come to Atlanta and whenever the Knicks come to Atlanta, their fans kind of like overpower our fans here in the city, which is not a good look.
I don't like it. But Atlanta is such a transplant city that anytime you go to a game where there are other teams, like it's so many Eagles fans that show up. Oh my God. I'm like, y'all, and they live here. They take over the bars and them Steelers fans. They're big.
Yeah, throwing the Steelers. I was talking just about basketball, but if Dallas or Pittsburgh, as far as football, come to Atlanta, they're going to overpower us. They're going to overpower us. Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
Yes, a miss. But anyway, I just wanted to say that's my baller and buster. So birthdays, happy birthday to some special people. Like, if you are out there listening and your birthdays happen this week or during the Christmas holiday, the Two Live Stews crew wishes you a happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Ooh, Doug'sman, you've been resting your voice. Your vocals, you've been resting.
I mean, I got to do what I got to do.
You got to do it. You've been resting. So we want to send a shout out to actress Charlene Woodard. Y'all might not know the name, but she played Aunt Janice on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and she's acted forever in so many things. She is 72 years old today. I'm like, good Lord, black don't crack, baby.
Wait a minute, who did she play in The Fresh Prince?
She played Aunt Janice. She was the one married to the white guy.
She married to the white guy.
They had the whole interracial relationship. I think his name was Uncle Fred or Uncle something. But anyway.
The Fresh Prince?
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Go look up Charlene Woodard. You're going to go, oh, I know her.
Okay, go ahead. All right.
Happy birthday, Lauren Fly Tie 1. Lauren is happy birthday to her. She's 29, baby.
Okay.
You're only 32, Fly Tie. Actor Mekhi Phifer is 51 today, and former NFL cornerback Eric Berry is 37. But let me tell y'all, we missed some key birthdays because we were not on Sunday. But my man, leading man, Denzel Washington turned 71.
Happy birthday to Denzel.
Name vocalist Martha Wash. You know, from the Weather Girl, she had that big lawsuit. They used her voice in so many things, but never gave her credit. She is 72. Broadcast journalist Gayle King, 71. Vocalist, singer, songwriter John Legend, 47. And little actor Miles Brown, who played one of the twins on Blackish. It was the female and the male twin. He is 21. Little babies is getting older. And I want to send a special shout out to my mama's baby sister, my favorite Aunt Christine, who was a Christmas baby.
Happy birthday, Aunt Shirley.
She was named Christine because she was born on Christmas.
Okay. Awesome.
Look at there. My grandmama was smart. She was putting things together.
Awesome.
Anyway, so first up, we have Tyler Perry in the news again. Bless his heart. He's getting another lawsuit. He is being accused yet again by the gentleman on the right, Mario Rodriguez, of a couple of things. Sexual assault.
Tyler Perry.
Oh, no.
Tyler Perry like that white meat, huh?
Like a lighter color. Because all of us still believe that Christian, I can't think of his last name, who went in one day and crying and had a whole just diatribe, I think is what we're going to call it, a monologue about somebody in the industry. And then all of a sudden it just got quiet. He went away. We believe that's who it was. He's very fair-skinned and cutie. Tyler Perry has a type.
He has a type. That's what I was about to say. He has a type.
He is being accused by this Mario Rodriguez, and he is going, of course, I said sexual assault, sexual battery, and intentional infliction of emotional distress, stemming back from a 2016 film. But in 2014, a trainer saw this young man in the gym, said that Perry wanted his phone number to discuss an acting role. He played like something number 10. It was I can't think of the name of it was like athlete number 10 or something. And then he said, several times he went over to his house. First of all, you invite me once, and this has happened to me in real life. You invite me over and you do something shady, I'm not coming back.
There you go.
Right.
You're a big dude. I know you're, big in the industry. I'm going to always have a reason I can't come. I'm busy. I'm so-and-so. He claims he said something to him like, I'm the kind of person you want to know. If you just let it happen, you will.
Let it happen.
You'll be taken care of. That's what in the lawsuit he is claiming he put in there. He told him if you just let it happen, it will. I'm not a bad person to have in your corner. He was cast in that film. He said the lawsuit describes additional alleged incidents in 2016, 2018, and 2019, including one encounter in which Perry allegedly attempted to unbuckle Rodriguez's pants, and another in which Perry placed Rodriguez in the throat. He would give him every time something happened. Allegedly gave him $5,000 each time something was in inappropriate. Give him $5,000 and send him on his way. That's what he said.
I guess the money stopped flowing in, so he's coming out now.
All right, so if you're
$70 million.
If you're new to the show, Arlie is a thespian. She's in Beyond the Gates, national daytime soap opera on CBS. She's had plenty of other acting credits to her credit as well. Has the casting couch, what do they call it? The casting couch? Has that ever come into play with you? Has anybody tried to get you in bed? I'll give you a role.
That has never happened to me, and it's a blessing. It has happened to me in the music world, though. It has happened in the music world, but it has never happened in the acting space. I have an agent. See, in that music world, it's dicey over there. And I used to, for my brother, and those who don't know, my brother is Bobby V. Before he became Bobby V in the group Mr., I used to like try to find people to take him to listen to him sing because he was just so talented as a young kid. And there were times when I go to the studio and take it. They'd be like, "Oh, bring him Brian, let's hear him sing." And they're like, "Well, he sound good, but so what's up with you? What's so?" And I'd be like, nothing. When I was 16, I went in the studio to do a song. And that gentleman came to me when that whole Me Too movement came out. And he was like, "I want to apologize to you. I know you were young and I probably was very inappropriate." He was probably scared I was about to come Me Too.
Right. Conform. Right.
He said, "I had a very big crush on a young," and he was grown, like his child was a year older than me. So I was 17, I was 16. It was just inappropriate. My parents were very strict, though. Thank God, because so many people have horrible stories like this.
Yeah.
It happens.
Wow.
It happens.
It's terrible. Okay.
And it's usually from a person that's big. Like I got, this man, they got the same attorney as the first one. Derrick Dixon is suing him from 260 plus million. This gentleman is for 70 million. They're saying, the same kind of stories. But unfortunately, once you put it out there, then y'all think this is a case of people just like, I can say he did the same thing so to make it look more real, or do you think it really happened?
I mean, it could be either one, and that's the problem with something like this. It's just somebody's word against yours, unless dude has some type of, I don't know, proof. I don't know what kind of proof he would have, though.
He's saying that he hates that he didn't come forward before because it probably could have saved so many others. I don't know who these so many others. That's what he's saying.
There's victims. There's a list of victims. This guy said.
Yeah, come on now.
I
just hope Tyler Perry does not have a cash out. He doesn't pay. If he pays, you're guilty, in my opinion.
Right.
But let me say this, and I know that's what a lot of people think, but having gone to law school, graduated law school, gotten a law degree, I realized how many times people do that in an effort to just get it, just like moving on out the way, or it's so expensive to hire good attorneys. These attorneys are like $1,000 an hour. And at the 15-minute mark, you're paying increments of that money. So you're paying out where I could just go ahead and, now I'm not giving you $260 million, but I could maybe negotiate a settlement and then we just move on. And that's a lot of what happened with Michael Jackson. A lot of those things did not happen, but people just started to pile on. So I feel like this is about to be a pile on.
Yeah, I'm not paying you if I ain't do nothing, though.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna upgrade you regardless. You asked for $260 million, and I settled for 10. I'm still upgrading.
Right. Crazy.
It's an interesting story, and I hate that because I feel like it's about to be like we saw with, R. Kelly, like we saw with Weinstein, like we saw people start to come out, and I remember with, what's the one, Bill Cosby, people started lying. They were catching people in the lie, but it doesn't matter because once you say it, everybody's like, oh, it could be true.
Right.
So we don't know.
You can be the greatest guy in the world for 50 years, but if one story like that comes out, even if it's true or not, that's it. Like your reputation is gone. It's crazy how that works.
I still love the Cosby Show. I don't care what nobody say. And I feel like that was in that time frame. So anyway, next up, because Tree is back there giving us great direction, we have 50 Cent and Marlon Wayans in a little beef. Marlon was asked what he felt about the documentary. His comment was like, "Yeah, I just don't feel like brothers should be beefing with, going back and forth with one another." Then he said, "Only for me to get into it with 50 and we going back and forth." And his brothers, the funny of this is that his brothers were like, "Dude, you got to get into beefs with smaller dudes. Pick a fight with Soulja Boy. Pick a fight with Kevin Hart. Please do not pick a fight with 50. He big. He got shot 9 times and he lived." So that's been the funny. But Marlon is backing down from that. Of course, not because I think he's scared of a beef, because they were going back and forth with the, this whole comments and all that stuff. But I think he's like, I want to focus on fun and happy. And I got a movie coming out next year. Let's talk about that kind of stuff. So 50 coming after everybody. Do we want to get into beef with him, Doug?
I ain't scared of no 50 Cent, but I don't want them issues. I don't have to look around my back and it's 50 coming behind my back. No, just go ahead, 50. Do what you do.
He's so petty. And I'm trying to figure out why we're allowing his level of pettiness on so many things. I just don't understand why we hadn't said that's enough.
Right.
Because it's overwhelming. He only comes after us. He only comes after us. He don't never go after them. Why you mean over there going after them?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I feel a little bit differently about the Netflix series because I would only ask, can you direct that documentary, P. Diddy, to somebody to watch without mentioning 50 Cent? Why does 50 Cent name have to come up in that documentary? That could be a standalone. We bring him up. 50 Cent is not one way in that documentary at all. His name is not brought up. Is it 50? It's a documentary on Puff Daddy, but the minute we talk about the documentary, we say 50 wrong. We don't even talk about the documentary. We say 50's wrong. The documentary, have our opinion on that.
You know what it is, though, Joe? I think it is. I think we look at it kind of like dry snitching.
Yeah.
Because we know that they hang in the same circles. They're in the same industry. They know the same people. So I think that's the best way I can put it. I think we look at it as, dude, you dry snitching.
Right.
Even though he's really not doing, you're right. His name should not be a part of the conversation about the documentary, but it is.
Right. But he wants that, though. 50 wants his name to be in it. He wants the smoke. He is the dude who if you say anything, and somebody made a good point in one of the comments. They were like, he is the surrogate. He's the person that's coming for whoever 50 is. I mean, whoever Diddy is in it with. Like that big white Diageo, I think is the name of the liquor company. I think 50 done got hired by them because it's constant. He just keeps on. So I wish he'd chill out and go do something else.
Right.
I wanted to mention briefly that we had Mickey Lee. I don't watch Big Brother, but Big Brother season 27. This young lady just passed on Christmas Day. She's here in Atlanta, an event coordinator, host kind of thing. Complications from the flu where she started having cardiac arrest. So y'all be careful out there.
Wow, that's terrible. Rest in peace.
And we want to say CeCe Winans about to I don't know if she's going to get canceled. I don't know what's going to happen, but she is supporting her niece who was at the Kennedy Honors. And y'all know the whole beef with, not beef, but the strife with the current administration putting their name on the building. It's not supposed to even happen. And he's just doing all kind of crazy stuff and honoring people and making them. He's not even artistic in any shape, form, or fashion. Why his name on there, I don't know, Lord. He just trying to stress us.
I hate him.
Right.
I do hate him. I mean, and they always used to say, you don't hate nobody. I really do, I think.
My mom used to tell me that you dislike people. No. I have a disdain for this man. I loathe him. Pick any word: hate, loathe, disdain. CeCe is supporting her niece. And so everybody's like, well, her niece should have been boycotting it because so many other artists like Issa Rae, Rihanna Gibbons, and the whole cast of Hamilton was like, nope, we ain't performing there. Y'all, we got to take a stand for someone. We'll fall for anything. And I really am on the side of the people who like, don't go over there. Just don't go over there. Y'all still having a Chrisette Michelle. Okay, watch it.
Arlie, thank you so much for the entertainment report.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, Arlie.
Happy New Year, what now?
You gonna hang around or you gotta go?
I'll hang around in the background.
Okay, all right. We getting out of here early today in relative terms. We're supposed to be out at 9 every day, but today we're gonna be out like at 9:15. I gotta go see a man about a horse.
Oh, yes, a horse. I hope we win.
Yeah. All right, don't go away. Two Live Stews Experience. Me and Joe Ham coming right back. Yeah.
Have you ever been stranded on the side of the road, Ollie?
Yes.
It's not comfortable, is it?
No.
Dogs and poodles, if you find yourself in a jam on the side of the highway, give my folks at Bay 11 Towing a call, 4477069. Again, that's 447706949. Being stranded on the side of the road in Metro Atlanta is very stressful and dangerous. Bay 11 Towing is who you need to call, whether you're dealing with a flat tire, dead battery, full-on breakdown, or whatever that may have you on the side of the road. Call our folks at Bay 11 Towing, and they will get to you with a competitive rate and quicker than everybody else in town. Again, that's Bay 11 Towing. That number is 447706949.
Welcome back to the show. Hey, Joe.
Yes, sir.
Joe Hamilton riding with me today as Ryan is out on vacation doing something. I don't even know what he's doing. What do you, and it was another reason it was another angle I wanted to come at you about this thing, man. Oh, I know what it was. So South Carolina State, we won the Black College National Championships. Right?
Yes, sir.
So word in our little chat group is that we've lost so many guys in the portal since we just won the national championship 2 weeks ago. Same thing happened last year. But what we did is we retooled. I think college football This is a side throw-in bonus question, a bonus conversation. I think college football is going to be dependent on you manipulating the portal going forward. Like it's not going to be about your reputation, or it's going to be about how well you manipulate the portal, how much money you have in these collectives to get the best players. It's basically like free agency. Last year, same thing happened with us. We lost a bunch of guys in the portals, but we retooled. So we're very good at manipulating the portal once again. We're going to probably do it again this year, but it brings to the forefront a bigger conversation, man. What do you think about the portal? What do you think about NIL? If you were playing today, everything was the same, all the entire scenario with you and your recruiting and coming to Georgia Tech, would you take a look at the portal and possibly leave Georgia Tech if you had some money waiting for you at this other program? Or would you be one of those guys that wanted to stay true to who you were recruited by?
Take a look, Doug. No doubt about taking a look.
It is what it is.
Yes. It would be irresponsible for you not to take a look. So, with that being said, Doug, I mean, you have to weigh all the real options just like you're getting recruited. So it's basically the same thing. A few dollars here and there to be miserable, a few less dollars to win. What about the development? What about the team around you? So I don't have a problem with the transfer portal or NIL. It's just that when guys, get in a bidding war for a high schooler, and that high school is going there for a couple of $100,000 difference, and that's a lot of money. See again, Doug, I kind of know your family, and I know you had a mom and dad, so I called us middle class. So, again, we couldn't use the excuse, or we could have, but we couldn't really bank on the excuse that I'm leaving because there's more money, I got a family to feed, or I got to bring my mom or dad out of the projects. They need a car to live in, a car to drive. We were okay, so to speak.
Right.
So it wasn't one of those generational type money that we were looking for to feed our baby sister or be the father of the house. So what I look at is I like the transfer portal like it was, to whereas if you're at South Carolina State and that's the only scholarship, or a Newberry or a Liberty or one of these non-Power 4, and that's the only scholarship you had, you went there, and if you balled out, Doug, then you get a chance to go to the next level. Then you get a chance to everybody else recruit you that didn't recruit you coming out of high school because they weren't sure if you could play.
Right.
So that's what it was all about before. But now you got guys, and then you had to sit out if you went from Alabama to Georgia, or you went Power 4 to Power 4. So now it's more of just, if you just gruntled, go get more money year by year. But it's tough, Doug. It's tough. I'm not going to chase the almighty dollar. I'm going to win and enjoy the college, win a national championship, or try to get to the NFL is going to be my ultimate goal.
Yeah, it's very different, man. These guys are playing at, a smaller level, and they want to go to the next level. We always throw around this term, the next level, but literally they're going from 1AA
there you go,
Power 4, or they're going from Division 2 to 1AA. Like, it's like a routine at this point is going to be this way going forward forever, I think.
Yeah, and Doug, and let's make sure we say this, Doug, because I love to bring this up. Same thing John Summerall did when going from Tulane to the Florida Gators.
Yeah.
So when they talk about the players and they hone in on the players and the transfer portal and upgrading and transferring from schools, John Summerall upgraded, went from Tulane, which is all credit to Tulane, not bashing them, but he upgraded and went to a Power 5 SEC school in the Florida Gators.
Yeah.
Bottom line. So don't start looking at these kids talking about they all going for the money. And
been doing that forever.
Yeah.
And so it's crazy because we were one of the only people saying this 25 years ago.
That's
like,
right.
Why aren't the kids getting a little taste?
Yes.
And oh my gosh, the producers at ESPN and the guys that we work with at the radio station here in Atlanta, they just couldn't understand how we had the audacity to say, give some of the billions of dollars that they're making in college football, give some of that to the kids. The kids deserve it. Oh, no, you can't do that. They're getting a free education. That's fine and dandy. But money talks and runs a marathon.
Yeah, absolutely, Doug. Thank you.
Tree, I know we got the basketball coming up. Go ahead and throw it back up, Tree. She's really.
I'm producing. Thank you very much.
So, Christmas Day, the Joker had 56, 16, 15. It went 15 for 21 against the Timberwolves, man. Your boy Ant-Man on Christmas Day setting an NBA record for most points in an overtime period with 18. Joe, we had a discussion a couple weeks ago. You're a basketball guy. Once again,
Yes.
for people that are new to the show, Joe Hamilton was a baller on the basketball court too, as well. In high school, could have had a little opportunity to possibly join the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets basketball team. So you're a big basketball guy, big basketball fan. We had a conversation a couple weeks ago. Ryan said that he would take prime Joker over prime Shaq. Now, and we actually got a little meme that we're going to get into when we get into the last 48 in the next segment, I think. But the Joker is the real deal.
Oh my God, he is. Yes, yes.
He's the real deal. What are your thoughts about this performance that he had on Thanksgiving Day? What are your thoughts about that question I asked Ryan? Who would you take, prime Joker or prime Shaq? Talk about this man and his legacy to the NBA, to basketball as you see it, man.
Unreal. He's just unreal. He amazes me every single time I watch him play. And he's a finesse big man. He's a finesse big man with, dare I say, limited athleticism.
Very limited athleticism.
Yeah, and unlimited skills. See, and that's the whole thing. The vision, the touch, the passing ability, the shooting, the inside out, the pick and pop. He's a pick and pop guy.
Right.
I mean, around the rim, the rebounding. Because, Doug, is rebounding defense?
I would say, yeah, to a degree.
Okay, so he's averaging a double-double, so he's averaging like 12-plus rebounds. So to put him on the side of having some type of defensive awareness. But here is where I go with I'm talking about the Joker. I would pick prime Shaq, okay?
Okay.
I would pick prime Shaq. And when the battle goes into all these bigs, all-time greats, I can't put the Joker up there because he doesn't play both ends. That's the only reason, Doug. And I am giving him all this kudos. He is a top 50. He's an all-time great.
Right.
In no category, an all-time great. The numbers, last year, let's remember now, when SGA won the MVP, the Joker averaged a triple-double. In a big one, not barely getting
right.
A big one. So, and he's doing the same thing this year. So, but he doesn't play both ends.
He doesn't play both ends. But what Ryan would say is Shaq really didn't play both ends really as well.
No, but Shaq was in the stat sheet as a defensive presence.
Right.
He was a rim protector.
Right.
Especially in his early years, you cannot go in there in the paint anytime or any way you would like to. Right. Nobody is fearing the Joker when you go into that paint.
Nobody's fearing the Joker. You're right.
Not at all. So when you talk about greats like that, I have to separate it somehow. And when you go head to head with those two guys, how do you think possibly that the Joker is going to stop Shaq?
Hey man, I saw somebody say this the other on the Puppet Factory. The Puppet Factory is ESPN, if you didn't know. Long story. But I saw somebody say on the Puppet Factory, they were talking about stats or whatever, and they were saying that the Joker really legitimately could have won the last 5 MVPs.
Yes.
The last 5 MVPs? What?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
But they're right. They're right. Who's more valuable to their team than the Joker? It's to the Nuggets.
He's outstanding. He's an outstanding player. But it goes to, I want to ask you a question, Doug, and I think I know where this is going. And I know you're not a prisoner of the moment.
Right.
What about starting a team with Wembanyama from the Spurs or the Joker?
You know what, man? I would still go with the Joker.
Matter of fact,
go ahead,
who would you start your team with this right now,
Joker
knowing
or
what you
Wembanyama?
know right? Anybody in the NBA you want.
Anybody in the NBA I want.
And you can start your team right now. Who would you go with, Doug Stewart?
That's a loaded question because I'm always rooting for the brothers. So I'm kind of biased.
Well, no.
I'm going to put
Your
that.
job is on the line. Your GM job is on the line.
My job is on the line.
Yes, and you have to take phantom and skin color out of it.
Right. I want to say Anthony Edwards, but I think, man, I would take the Joker over Wembanyama because, and I'm not trying to wish bad luck on the young man. Wembanyama is too flimsy out there.
Okay.
I think that he's going to break down at some point. He's going to have foot problems. He's going to have some type of health issues because he's just he looked like freaking Ichabod Crane out there. You know who Ichabod Crane was?
Yeah.
That man looked like Ichabod Crane. I think that the Joker probably overall in building your team around, I think I probably would take the Joker. And I never thought in a million years I would say that, man. But he's unstoppable.
You ain't wrong. No, he's unstoppable. Absolutely.
Maybe I would have said Ja Morant a couple of years ago just because of the high flying, but he's done a bunch of knucklehead stuff. You can't take him over the Joker.
Oh, you can't take Ja Morant over SGA. Yeah, but I'm going Wembanyama for the simple fact is defense. That's it. Defense. And Wembanyama reminds me of when you say frail and injury prone, I agree, Doug. But it's just like Kevin Durant, though. It's just like Kevin Durant. I mean, frail. I mean,
Yeah, they kind of got the same body type. They do. That's a good point.
Get a little bit of weight on them and get more seasoned. Yeah, eat a little bit more American food. That's fine. But the skill set, I'm just huge. I'm a huge guy when you're talking about building a team. Do you have to substitute that guy in a under 2-minute situation where foul him or not foul? Are you a liability on one end? We've got to put you in the bench. Those things are huge for me. And I think there are no weaknesses in Wembanyama's game.
My gosh, this man had 56, 16, 15 assists, and a triple-double on Christmas Day.
Easily. The only thing I hated about that, it was a 10:30 game.
You're right. And last story, man, I want to throw this out there. You're watching the Two Live Stews Experience. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, Joe Hamilton, once again filling in for Ryan today. Thank you for joining your boys. Hey, if you'd like to donate to the show, look to the bottom of the chat to the right. There's a dollar symbol. Click on the dollar symbol and donate $1, $5, 50 grand, 200 grand. We would greatly appreciate it to help us keep the lights on and keep this thing going. We know as the Two Live Stews Experience. Joe, we from the Low Country. We're very proud. We always brag about where we from. Let's put these people from the city up on game. That's what you need to be eating on New Year's Day. All right? You need to be eating some type of collard greens and field peas. Now listen, very important. This is very important what I'm about to say. Your New Year's Day meal is not black-eyed peas. It's field peas. Ask your grandmama from the South. It's not black-eyed peas. You eat some black-eyed peas, you probably gonna have some damn bad luck or something like that.
Yeah. Field peas.
Go ahead and show that graphic one more time, Tree. All right. Number 4 trending story, New Year's Day dinner. So Southern New Year's food traditions center on symbolic dishes meant to bring back wealth and progress, primarily field peas, once again, collard greens and cornbread, often with pork to attract prosperity, money, and forward motion of the coming year. Black-eyed peas represent coins, greens stand for paper money, cornbread symbolizes gold, and pork symbolizes prosperity. I didn't even know this. Because pigs root forward, unlike chickens that scratch backwards. Damn chickens.
I did not.
Did you know that pigs and hogs root, when they say root, talking about like scraping on the ground or whatever, they root forward as opposed to chickens scrape backwards. They kick
I did not know that.
I did not know that. I did not know that. But yes, this was a staple in my house growing up. Brenda Stewart insisted, and our grandmother insisted that we have some collard greens and field peas on New Year's Day.
Well, Doug, you're not alone. And the Stewart family is not alone. The Hamilton family, Hamilton household, it was a staple as well. But we called it Hoppin' John. It was Hoppin' John.
Hoppin' John.
Yeah, Hoppin' John. I mean, we put the rice on it, We have to have rice in. What you cook that peas in, I'm talking about the type of meat, or that collard green in, I'm talking about the type of meat. Ham hock, turkey neck, whatever you put in it was a meal in itself. I mean, it was a meal. And the cornbread, you spot on. And to this day, you look forward to it. You look forward to it. Or mom would say, hey, you got your Hoppin' John ready? You got your field peas ready? You got your collards? So it's embedded in me, man. I don't know if that's a Low Country. Is it a Geechee thing? But yeah, that is a staple where we're from, no doubt. I like that plate.
And the story that...
Douglas.
Yes, ma'am.
What about the one about a man walking over your threshold first? Like, where's that one? You're supposed to have a man come into your house first.
Yes, I think I've heard that before too. That's a superstition as well. That's a big time superstition as well.
What
about a man walking inside your doorway the first year? It has nothing to do with dating or whatever. Harley.
So I used to have a friend live down the street from me because I didn't notice it as a child, but I would run down there because I'm all excited to go play with my friends. A man hadn't been here yet. You got to go back up to your house. And then when a man come walk through here, then you can come down here and play.
Also, another one is cleaning up the house on New Year's Day.
Yep.
Right, exactly. You'll be doing it all year long if you don't clean up your house on New Year's Day.
I probably need to clean up on New Year's Day so I can get...
Or is it New Year's Day or is it New Year's Eve?
New Year's Day.
New Year's Day, yeah. So all these little... so you do Hoppin' John too? And that's what it's called. Joe threw out the actual technical...
Absolutely.
Black-eyed peas?
Street name. Yeah, black-eyed peas and rice.
Yes,
Or
and my great-grandmother
field
used to have
peas and rice, as I said earlier.
we had black-eyed peas, and you had my great-grandmother used to make us have, because she from the country, you had to have greens so you could have money. She'd make fish so you could be swimming in the money, and she would give men okra because she said the women couldn't have it, the men could have it so they could be slick.
So Arlie, you know all of this stuff and these traditions and superstitions come from, a lot of background from motherland, slavery.
Mhm.
Look up Poppin' John's. The whole tradition started in the Low Country. By the time it got down to y'all down there in
That's right.
Louisiana and Mississippi, it had changed from field peas to black-eyed peas. So what I'm telling you, look it up, and you'll see what I'm telling you.
And you're probably right, because it would have come from either Louisiana or Charleston, like those places where our ancestors first ported.
Were dropped off. Right,
Yep.
right. Exactly.
Yep.
All right. Good stuff, Arlie. Yeah. Good stuff. What you got? You got any plans for New Year's, Joe? Joe, you don't go out to New Year's Eve parties or anything like that.
I have in the past, but come on. I mean, it's got to be why? I'm so tired at that point anyway. A little bit, a little toast, eggnog. Do you do eggnog?
I can't do eggnog, man.
Why? We never finished the carton. It's not that you're going to drink it like milk, but the
And it's
eggnog
not
toast.
that it's not delicious, because I actually tasted some the other day, but I don't like the whole concept of drinking eggs. You know, it's eggs, right? It's scrambled eggs. You drinking scrambled eggs.
They doctored it up a little bit. They doctored it up.
I got strange little tendencies for stuff like that. Like, I don't want to drink no eggnog because I feel like, why am I drinking eggs? I don't eat eggs because I feel like I'm eating baby chickens.
You feel the same way about oxtails too, don't you?
And I was gonna say that for last. And yeah, I don't eat ox's tails. No, I don't understand. Why would you eat an ox's tails? I understand why our ancestors did it, because that's what that's what the man, that's what the master threw out to them. Yeah, you can have this shit, oxtail. Eat this shit, you know?
Nah. Hey, but
you don't have to still do that. You don't have to still eat oxtails. It's a tail.
The only reason you don't disappoint me, but the only reason it's alarming because you're a coon guy too, right?
No, I don't eat no coon.
Squirrel?
I've had squirrel.
Oh, okay. I mean, and that's what I mean. Oh, coon, squirrel, rabbit foot.
Joe,
all that.
Yo, you ate coon growing up?
Come on, man. Yeah, man. Come on. Dad just talked about a coon that he made. It looks just like barbecue. I mean, barbecue coon sandwich. Yeah.
The coon and the possum stuff stopped at my daddy's generation.
Okay.
Like we really didn't get down with no coon or anything like that. Oh man, we gotta go to a break. She's tripping. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Two Lost Stews Experience. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Last 48 coming up.
Just make your paper. Hey. Any way you choose. But understand the rules. If you get caught, you lose.
You can move a scone. You can move a key. You can move a pound or two. You can move some speed. You can move some action. You can move some shroom tea. You can move anything you get your hands on. Jesus. You can move some Harry-O. Here we go. There they go. Here we go.
Tell them, little man. We don't want no girly looking shoes. Tree, pop on. I want both of y'all to pop on. You're watching the 2 hours. Doug Stewart, Ron Stewart. I want because it was so short, people may not have caught that. And you're watching the 2 hours Stews Experience. You're listening to the 2 hours Stews Experience as well. I want you to replay the clip and let's have a discussion about it. A civil discussion about it when we get back, okay? Go ahead. Run it again. Thanks.
Hey, you! Wait, what?
So if you're listening to the show and you're not watching the show, little man, it's Christmas morning. Clearly, it's Christmas morning. As customary, you're down. The little kids are opening up their gifts. Little man, it looks like he's like 5, 6 years older than me. He opens up a box, and it's Uggs. It's Ugg boots for a kid, I guess for a boy. And he looks at it and is like, this must be yours. It ain't mine. And he looks at it again. And his mama's like, no, that's yours. He's like, oh, I don't want this. He throws the box to the side. He throws the box to the side and folds his arm like, how dare you give me some women's shoes? Tree, your point was that what was your point? That he should have, go ahead.
Well, I ask you, would you have been able to get away with doing that growing up as a child? Like, what would Ralph and
my mom and daddy wouldn't give me no girl boots.
Okay, but this is
boys, though, Doug.
forget about the girl boots. It's not really that. Like, if any gift that they gave you that you might not have liked, wouldn't you keep that to yourself?
Yep.
Absolutely, except for
These
some girl
children
boots.
don't operate like that.
Except for some girl boots. I probably would.
A friend of mine gave my son when he was really young some tube socks
He
as a
wants a
gift. Not even
whoopee.
like a pack, but like a pair and something. And he was so gracious, like, "Oh, thank you." And later we discussed it. And he still was like, well, it was thoughtful of you. Could tell he was trying to find the right words at a young age to understand, like, why would you give me socks? Like, it was the weirdest gift ever. And even I was like, why would she get this so stupid? But nonetheless, he was still appreciative. And I think that's the issue. It's not the girl boots, it's his response afterwards. But that's a top kids start that way. You just have to remind them, you're going to be appreciative. My cousin had to snatch her little boy many a time for doing
But
that.
they
kind
were
of stuff.
laughing.
There you
I
go,
don't- I
Tree.
wondered if it was a joke. Like,
Well, it sounded to me like the dad was like,
Yeah.
don't get that boy no boots like that, no girl
Right.
boots like that. And the dad was like, I bet you he's not gonna like it.
Yes,
and
Doug.
when the kid displayed that he didn't like it, the dad was like, I told you, I told you. That's what it looked like to me.
That's
This
what I
was
think
not
happened, too.
uncommon. Yeah, this was not uncommon to them as far as that boy reacting like that.
Yeah.
Normally, you would get a whooping for not being appreciative.
right.
but that,
Right.
That's
I
it.
agree with that. Yeah.
that would almost be like they had a competition on whether he was going to like that Uggs or not, and he disliked it, so the dad won the competition.
Right.
That's what it sounded like to me.
That's what it sounded. I agree. I think
What
that
I
was it.
also asked you this morning is regarding, I've been seeing a lot of content where people are giving their children coal with letters from Santa saying that you did not earn any gifts this year. And the comments are going off saying you are traumatizing your child.
It'll be all right.
So I wondered if there was ever a Christmas where you thought that you were in danger.
No. I mean, yeah, the whole thing
Of
about
giving
were you
nothing.
naughty or nice,
Yeah.
that's looming in your mind as a little kid.
Yeah.
But it was almost like, everything is forgotten.
They're not going to fall. They're not
Right.
going to
Like
follow through.
Our parents never not did or got everything that they could for us. They
That's
never
right.
brought back something that I did 6 months down the road, or me shooting a spitball across the room in the 4th grade. They never brought that up. It was almost like everything was forgotten Christmas morning.
Right.
But they did scare you sufficiently.
Yeah, they
leading up
said
to
you
it.
like, oh yeah, you've been naughty this year, and Santa's not going to get you.
Entry. I want to say this too. I think so many people are trying to push their content, trying to become viral, trying to get these moments.
That's
a lot of
right.
that stuff is not real. So I think they're like, we're going to do this to see if somebody will pay attention. And then it gives exactly what they want. That viral moment, the comments.
Now
pushes their thing up.
that was real. That wasn't acting. You agree or not?
No, I'm not talking about the little boy. I'm
Okay,
saying,
okay,
but
okay.
that's still probably like, we're not going to see what really happened. Like your dad go in the end and go, hey, that's not appropriate.
These people, they came back later, and because the little boy behaved really well about the coal. This is a little black boy. And so they showed them walking in. Santa changed his mind. But the whole thing is people saying it's too harsh for the children. And I just feel like we were raised on harshness.
Oh my
Period.
God. We didn't have seatbelts. Like, let's
Yeah.
just talk about it.
Yeah.
We was riding around in the back of a car, on the back of pickup trucks,
Back up,
like
pick
it
up
was
truck.
little, just
Right.
like stopping, bucking. Your cousins was driving at 12, taking little children with, like, we didn't have no.
Going in
With
the
no-
store buying cigarettes for our old man. All right. Last 48. I forgot we even had the last 48. Hey, thank you for joining your boys on the 2 Live Stews experience. Last 48. The biggest memes in the 2 Live Stews Facebook chat group over the last 48 hours. Got caught up in the little video, but we got last 48 to do. Last 48, the biggest memes in the 2 Live Stews Facebook chat group over the last 48 hours. Go to 2 Live Stews Facebook. It's 2 Live Stews Facebook chat, I think it is. It's what it's titled. Just do a search on Facebook and you'll find the group. There's like 40,000 people in there. Literally hundreds of posts made every single day. All right. The most active chat group in social media. This harbored a lot of conversation over the last couple of days, man. If you're listening to the show, we're looking at a picture of the all-time white guys starting 5. John Stockton at the point guard, Luka Doncic at the 2, Larry Bird at the 3. What's his name at number 4?
Nowitzki, Dirk.
Dirk Nowitzki at the 4, and then you got the Joke at the 5. Joe, what's your thoughts about this? Who would you take out? Who would you add? Or is this perfect?
Absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. I don't have a problem with that at all. And am I missing anybody that should go on that list? What's intriguing to me about the list is that there are only 2 American-born guys on that list.
Right.
So
State of
again,
basketball.
yeah. So that's the state of basketball. But I don't have any problem. You already have 3 Hall of Famers on that list, and the Joker is going to be a Hall of Famer, and I think Doncic is projecting that way.
So when this was the topic of discussions, when it was real hot, when we just posted it, there was a lot of question about replacing Stockton with Pistol Pete Maravich, which I never saw Pistol Pete, but I've seen plenty of video on YouTube, and he was like that. He was basically white chocolate before white chocolate, Jason Williams.
Yep.
And then a lot of people said, you got to put the logo on there. You got to put the logo on there. Take away for Luka, Jerry West. You got to put Jerry West in for Luka. What are your thoughts? And I don't remember seeing Jerry West either, but goddamn, he the logo. He got to get a spot on the all white boy team of all time, right?
Yeah, Doug, thank you. Thank you, Doug.
If you're the logo, that says a lot about you and your game.
Oh, absolutely, Doug. Who's got to go? Either John Stockton or Luka's got to go. Because the reason I say John Stockton or Luka, because John
You think
Stockton
Jerry West could play point?
Yes.
Okay.
He's going to have to play. Well, I can put Luka at point.
Right. That's true.
So the thing about it is Stockton doesn't have any hardware, and
right.
That's it.
Right.
And Jerry West now he lost a lot. I think he went to like 6, and he only won 1, but he's at the table with his 1.
Yeah, he lost a bunch of championship series to the Celtics, obviously.
Yes.
He does have 1 ring. Yeah. So a lot of people said they'd have to put Jerry West in there, and
I agree with that.
That Pistol Pete Maravich's game was better than John Stockton's. John Stockton's all-time assist leader. He don't have no rings, and I'm not sure if Pistol Pete has any rings playing for the
Pete doesn't. No, he doesn't.
The New Orleans. I think the team was in New Orleans, the Jazz. But
I'm gonna go back to this. I agree with you with Pistol Pete. I don't have any film on him, but I'm gonna be consistent. John Stockton, I think he was up there in the league leaders with steals as well. So if he played defense,
you've seen Pistol Pete before though. He's like
absolutely.
Yeah, he was like a Harlem Globetrotter, and before the Harlem Globetrotters.
He was a scoring point guard.
Yeah. All right, good one. Next one, Tree. And you're watching the 2 Live Stews Experience. You're listening to the 2 Live Stews Experience as well. Next one. Next me. Speaking of basketball and point guards, Magic built the show. Curry changed the script. Stephen Curry versus Magic Johnson all time. And it would be great if y'all could watch the show, even if you are listening right now. You can go back and watch the show. Total points. Steph got like 10,000 more points than Magic. Total assists. Magic's got like 4,000 more assists than Steph. Games played. Steph has had like 200 more games. What is that? MVPs. So Magic's got 3 MVPs, 5 championships, and 3 final MVPs. Steph's got 2 MVPs, 4 championships, and 1 finals MVP. Steph's only got 1 finals MVP? That doesn't seem right.
Yeah, well, that is correct. Correct.
KD had 1. KD had 1.
KD had 2.
KD had 2.
And Andre Iguodala had 1, and then he had the next one. Yep.
Bottom line, Magic Johnson is my favorite basketball player of all time. I'm taking what you lose in scoring, in particular 3-point shooting with Steph, okay? What you lose from not having that, you gain in floor generalship with Magic. Magic was the ultimate floor general. Magic was the ultimate get your teammates involved guy. Magic was the ultimate orchestrator on the floor for his team and scoring and winning. I think that accounts for something.
Yeah, Doug, I have to agree because, again, when you look at both of these guys, they're generational talents, and they both changed the game. So that's why it's so tough for me. They both changed the game. Steph, with now kids get in the gym, they go straight to the 3-point line. They want to, shoot logo threes. They want to do all that like Steph. Magic with the Showtime, assists, 6'9", being able to run the show, seen on top of the defense. We've never seen that before. I'm going to give Magic the edge too, man, because not only floor generalship or leadership overall.
Right.
I mean, the overall leadership, not just, that was his team, how he went, the team went, and you went straight to him as far as saying the leadership. I'm not taking anything away from Steph, but I'm thinking the leadership part went to Draymond Green a little bit and outside of Steph. Steph was a great player, but it wasn't that they didn't depend on him for a vocal leader, so to speak. He was a leader, but not vocal.
This is the best way to sum it up. All things being equal, who wins you more championships? Magic?
I think Magic Johnson, yes.
Yes!
Magic Johnson, yes.
It's as simple as that. Exactly right. Exactly. All right. I mean, without a question, Magic gonna win you more championships. If they have the same teammates, once again, all things being equal, if they have the same teammates, Magic is going to win you more championships than I think Steph will.
Yeah.
As being the alpha on the team. All right.
Yeah, I would agree.
Ooh, this had a lot of conversation. Your thoughts, and you're watching the 2 Live Stoos Experience. Doug Stewart, Joe Hamilton filling in for Ryan today. From Mike Lloyd Gaming, it says, man to man, what in the F did LeBron do to your grown-ass men to feel like y'all need to show hatred towards him for 20-plus years? First of all, let me tell you how I feel, Joe. I don't know how much you know about me and Ryan in this conversation. That's a false narrative. I don't think anybody hates LeBron. It almost feels like when people bring up this whole conversation, they're saying, if you don't love LeBron, then you hate him.
That's right.
That's not the case. I just don't think most people are going to say LeBron James is a better basketball player or has had a better career than one Michael Jeffrey Jordan. That's all. It doesn't mean, I don't think, here's where I think the angst came for LeBron, the decision. Yeah. This is what I've been saying for years. I think before the decision, nobody, quote unquote, hated LeBron. I think people like myself, I'm included, thought that him leaving Cleveland to go team up with D Wade, I thought it was kind of lame because we never, our basketball heroes that we grew up with, they never talked about going and teaming up with other guys on other teams. They talked about beating those guys. They talked about winning and overcoming, not being able to beat this team or that team. They wanted to beat those guys, and it just seems like the whole decision thing kind of turned off older basketball fans. That's all it is. I don't think anybody hates dude, but I just think that's a huge problem in the minds of basketball fans.
Yeah, I agree with that, Doug. Also, LeBron kind of turned me a little bit when the whining started happening. And the whining, and I know everybody flops. Michael Jordan wanted calls, Larry Bird wanted calls. Everybody wants calls, but it was somewhat the flopping. But that's even a stretch for me.
Right.
No problem with LeBron James at all. It's just that I can't be flabbergasted by him or drooling over him when I saw Michael Jordan in his prime.
Right.
I mean, the 6'9" freight train like LeBron James is, to be able to pass and orchestrate all that, the longevity, kudos to him.
Right.
But I saw a guy floating in the air. I saw a guy hit game-winning shots like, it was like, drinking water. I saw a guy dominate defensively and change the swag game.
Right.
The sneaker swag, the walking, the knee brace, the elbow brace, everything's. And so it's hard for me. It's not hard for me to give LeBron his kudos.
Right.
It's hard for me to drool over him is all I'm saying.
Right. And not only that, me personally, and there's probably a lot of people that agree with me on this, and you're watching the 2 Live Stoos Experience, there's probably a lot of people agree with me on this as well. Like, how you put LeBron over Kobe? Be a discussion. These these YNs, they just automatically say LeBron and Jordan. No, what about the Bean? The Bean got 5 rings. He got a couple of rings without Shaq. That was the big thing they used to say about Kobe. Oh, he got his rings with Shaq. The man won a couple of rings with
Pau Gasol.
Pau Gasol.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So
now that's a great point, Doug. And I've learned to respect that, though. I've learned to respect the Kobe LeBron talk.
Right.
Not anybody but the MJ.
Right. Right. No, you ever seen that video, and you're watching the 2 Live Stoos Experience, you ever seen that video where they went frame by frame of moves, and they showed Jordan doing the move and Kobe doing the exact same move? Kobe literally studied Michael Jordan to a T. Like, everything Jordan was, Kobe was. So I can't put Kobe in front of Jordan,
No, you can't do it. And the championship is not the all be all. Dan Marino taught me that when you're talking about great players and skill set. So, and eras, Doug, I don't think you will catch anybody in their 40s, so to speak, let alone 50s, putting LeBron ahead of MJ.
Right. Exactly.
Not when you've seen it night in and night out, what he's done, and not just highlights in the demeanor, and his peers talk about him. The peers, some of LeBron's peers are saying is MJ.
He was a killer, man. I mean, Jordan was a killer, and it's hard to explain if you weren't there. That's one of them things you had to be there. Because the way we talk about Jordan, I can understand the young cats saying, man, he wasn't that good. No, he was. We just didn't make this up. We aren't just all coming together and saying the exact same thing because we hating on LeBron or because we like LeBron less. He actually was that dude.
He was
Simple
that
and
dude.
plain. He was that dude.
Hey, can that discussion real quick ever be bottom line? It's never facts, right?
No,
So this
it's
is
not,
ongoing.
it's not facts. It's,
Yeah,
it's not.
okay.
It's nothing facts, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have an actual barometer to show
Right.
one guy's better than the other. That's fantasy.
Always barbershop talk.
Yeah. All right, next one, Tree. Oh, we got to go to a break. All right, so we're going to take a quick little break. This is the last segment coming up. I do have to get out of here. So it's going to be a quick break. We'll be right back. Finish up last 48. Finish up the last show in the year. Get ready for 2026, Shuddy. Get ready for 2026. Yeah, we'll be right back. Don't go away.
Listen, I played in the NFL. I've taken enough shots to last a lifetime. And let me tell you this, taking a shot just to lose weight, that's not a smart play. That's why I roll with Brain IQ.